All right, so let's finish this thing. So I did notice that when this replacement part was installed, it was installed backwards. So I went ahead and fixed that real quick. Again, spending more time on this thing than I wanted. So it looks like we just got a kind of a T-slot with a peg there, and then a T-slot with a hole in the back. So just take that and slide it in. Like that, I guess. Same thing over here. Oh, yeah. I have a great idea. You know, when we're making a combiner, and everything's got to be super stable and such, let's make this whole assembly on one little armature that has just 4 little ports that plug in, and that's it. That's going to be our design right there. You know, when we make a company, you know what we could do? We could just make everything flawed from the start. How does that sound? I'm sorry, I'm being super cynical. Alright, so looks like we got a couple pegs here and a peg here. I'm gonna guess they fit into this section and that section there. And then we got this back section here has got a plug and a plug, and we got 2 holes here and here that don't do anything else, so I'm going to assume that all goes together. So I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do with this thing. It's just kind of in the way. So what do I do here? No. If I go that way, it's just going to get in the way. Well, maybe it won't. Alright. There we go. I hate this thing. Alright. Alright, that seemed to work. We'll take this arm here, and I guess we just slide it on. Alright. There's nothing here or here that actually locks it into place. So you just slide it on and hope for the best. Alright, and same thing over here. Yep, doesn't really lock on, so. Alright, and then the wing here, looks like we just got some ports, some plugs, and just plug it on. Okay, so it does have this, the big gun. It does look like it transforms or something. I don't care. I don't care. You know, it's a big gun for Devastator. Who cares what it can transform into? It's one of those stupid things. And it looks like he can plug it into his hand. It holds it just fine. Alright. Poseability. We've already went through the arm articulation and the feet articulation. So let's go through the rest. Get that out of the way. Head is on a hinge swivel, so it goes left and right, up and down, falls apart. Awesome. It's not Warbitron unless it falls apart right. You got the waist swivel here. Flipping this up out of the way. Just can't win. Alright, so these are just friction up and down. Admittedly, they seem tight enough. And then, it looks like, I can't, maybe ratchets, but when you move them, the whole hip section just kind of comes apart. So, I don't know. Maybe they're ratcheted? I think they are. They look like they are. They've got the little ratchet joint kind of thing going on, but I just can't seem to get them to move. So, yeah. There is a thigh swivel. You get like that. And then a knee hinge. Gets you 2 clicks. And this one is... you can force it to 3. But going back... Alright. Alright, there we go. And just set it back. There we go. Hey, it's okay. You're okay. Shoulders, we got ratchets up and down. Seem to work just fine. They feel a little loose, but yeah, not going anywhere. Ratchets out. And kind of reposition them. I will admit, he looks good. I do like the way he looks. He's big, he's imposing. If he had like the Feral Rex, those kind of guys, I think he'd look good with those. But I don't. I have Abominus here. And I've got Pronicon, which I'm still waiting for a King Poseidon repaint. Come on, DFC. You have one job. So he's a little taller than either of those, which is actually a good scale for those combiners, I think. I wish I had Predaking, but I know Predaking's not as big as Abominus, I believe. Personally, I always thought Predaking's supposed to be the biggest. Then comes Devastator, then all the other ones are going to be a little bit smaller than Devastator. That's the way I kind of interpreted it from the cartoons. Could be wrong. So scale-wise, I think he's perfect for this size of bots. Look-wise, I think he fits right in. I think he looks really good in this set. I will say that he looks good as Devastator. I do not like the way. The individual bots look. I like the way the construction vehicles work. I do not like how most of this transforms and gets put together. I think it's just, some of it is ludicrous. It's just, I don't even know what to think about some of this. Things just kind of fall apart. Hook, I think, was the last one to come out, and it really, to me, seems like they just stopped caring and they just, all right, whatever, we're just going to throw it out there because we're done. We're not going to win this war with Toy World, so, which is really unfortunate, because if they would have knocked this out of the park, this would have been a really good Devastator for a good size scale that's almost done with combiners. Well, I mean, we've almost got all the combiners in this scale. I think if they would have just tried a little bit harder, it would have really, really been a home run. But they didn't. Like I said, it just seems like they didn't care as much in the end. So engineering wise, it's a total mess. It is just completely just I don't even know what to think on certain parts of this thing. It's just yeah, I probably got a few things wrong because I just kind of stopped caring halfway through this review, if not sooner. But to be honest with you, it's just it's a Warbitron product at the end of the day. At least as far as I know, Warbitron Generation Toys, their Generation Toy. A lot of people correct me on the toys. It's like, who cares? And then Transformations. It just, it's like a lot of their stuff. It looks cool at first, but it does not age well. That's one of the things. Like a lot of people give, the Unique Toys a hard time, but I kind of think that it's more because it's more G1 accurate with the bots. A little stylized, but still more G1-ish. It kind of ages better because I think that thing is amazing. They made it so simple too. Like the transformation is just so simple. So. So yeah. Anyway, I guess that's it. I like I said, I think he's good. He looks good. Do not anticipate an awesome toy or anything like that. Just know it's gonna fail on you. It's gonna be a bitch to get to this mode, and once you get there, you're not gonna be too satisfied. But anyway, I don't know. I'm kind of scatterbrained. I worked all night last night, so anyway, for rating, I'll give it a 4 out of 10. While it fails completely engineering wise, and I should give it a lower score, like I said, when you get it there and you get it next to other big combiners that are in this scale, he looks great. I have to say, he looks good. And then for scale, here he is with Make Toys Megatron. So that doesn't work scale wise. And here he is with a Chug Seeker. And I think that he's actually a little too big, depending on what scale you're going with. But I think it looks good enough. And here he is with like Mania King here. And that looks actually pretty good. Definitely gives that big imposing bot. Yeah, they're bigger in the cartoon, but I think you kind of take what you can get at this point. And I would say, like I said, look-wise, he looks great. I think he looks amazing. I really do. The more I look at him, the more I'm like, that guy is pretty cool. But then I remember how hard it was, how much of a bitch it was to get to this mode. And I was like, nope, he's not that good. He's good, but he ain't that good. So yeah. I guess that's really it.